What's going on, guys? TJ, the big sports guy here, and today we are going to talk about Trey Lance. His sports cards are finally a buy, and we are going to talk about a couple reasons why. We saw countless examples over the last couple of years of guys having so unrealistic prices in the sports card hobby, but I believe that Trey Lance, if you truly are a believer, is finally a buy. He had very little experience from college and the NFL prior to his injury, and his value was made primarily from hype, which again is a thing that we've seen countless times, whether it's this year's NBA draft with Victor Wembanyama or the last couple of NFL drafts with guys like Mac Jones, Bailey Zappi, CJ Stroud, who seems to be playing well so far, and other guys like it. I'm sure you can think of dozens and dozens of names. Now, when a player has the hype like those guys did, and some of them even still do, is a great example of when not to buy a player. Patience is the best characteristic that you can have in the sports card hobby. When it comes to Trey Lance, he's now a backup quarterback for a team that has their franchise guy. Now, although I'm not a fan of Dak Prescott personally, Lance no longer has the expectations square on his back, and he also has the opportunity to learn from a guy who has been a starter for a long time. Dak Prescott came into the league back in 2015-2016 time frame. He's been with the Cowboys, obviously. I'm sure you guys are very familiar with his career, but he's a guy that Trey Lance can sit behind and learn from and understand what it's like to be a first-string quarterback without having all the pressure to be able to perform at the same time. Now, going back to Trey Lance, the price range for his autos, even nice rookie autos that are numbered to 25 or less, are now under $100, even in some cases, from what I've seen on eBay, below $50. So if you're looking for a good opportunity to snag a quarterback rookie auto that may still have some potential to go up significantly, this may be it. There are other quarterbacks that you could buy right now, starting quarterbacks in the league, but either A, they're young guys like Brock Purdy who have a much higher valuation because of their hype still, and you're going to have to pay, $500, $1,000, $2,000 depending on what kind of auto, especially a low-numbered rookie auto that you're trying to target. Or you could go with a veteran quarterback like a Matt Stafford or an Aaron Rodgers or a guy like that, and you might have to pay anywhere from $100 to $250 for guys like that. But if you're looking for a rookie quarterback or a young quarterback that still has a lot of potential, that hasn't really gotten that opportunity yet, but that still could, I think that Trey Lance is one of those guys that you could see a significant jump if you were to pick up a cheap auto for $30 to $50, and then he comes in at some point. The other thing that I like about his position, not to knock Dak Prescott, but he has had several times where he has spent time off of the field because of injury. So if Trey Lance is there and he is learning and he's rehabbed and he's back to full health, if anything were to happen with Dak Prescott, he can step in with a decent team and his values have the opportunity to rise significantly based on the fact that he can come in and potentially have success right away. Now, keep in mind that I am not recommending Trey Lance like some people out there were recommending Will Grier, as he just got cut from the New England Patriots. But keep in mind that I do think this is an opportunity for a guy that you could potentially take a chance on. This is not a guy that you're trying to buy where you think for sure the cards are going to go up in value, but your upside is greater than your downside at this point in time. If you spend $30 or $40 on an auto and have the ability for that card to become $150 to $200, but your downside is that card may go down to $10 or $5, you really have a greater potential to make money than you do to lose money, right? You can 4 or 5x your money, whereas you may only lose half of the value because they're finally so cheap. Now, hopefully you guys were smart enough to stay away from the Trey Lance cards of the last, 18 months to 2 years when those things were coming out and he was the next hot quarterback prospect that was going to the 49ers. And hopefully you will continue to stay away from those overhyped, overpriced rookies and prospects as they come out, and make sure to keep your focus and stay patient on the things that you really either A, personally collect, like the Tom Brady cards that are in this case behind me because that is my guy, or the guys that you feel like you don't really need the money, you have a little extra sitting aside, and you're willing to risk $40 or $50 for a card that could potentially take off to $200 or $250 if that quarterback gets the opportunity to play A, and B, has some success when he does come in. Now, if you guys haven't done this already, please drop a comment below and let me know some other players that you feel may be significantly undervalued in the current market. Like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. I really appreciate you guys watching. Look out for more content coming out once a week on Tuesdays, and I will catch you next time.